Crafty here, and I just wanted to do a brief intro to a chalk couture piece that I just finished earlier this week. You may have seen a post. I did post it because I was super excited about it. But this is the follow-up video to that. This is the finished piece right here, and it is a wonderful saying called by Robert Browning, "Grow old along with me, the best is yet to be." And because this is a multi-layer chalk couture project, it took me a little longer to do. Maybe over the course of 3 nights, about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. Because remember, I only have an hour or 2 to craft a day in the evenings after my son is in bed. So I kind of have to find projects that I can do in little bits and pieces. Chalk couture is great for that. And so what's coming up is I kind of did a slideshow, which I'll talk about during the slideshow so you can see the different components and how this came to be. But I love this piece. We have a blank wall in our bedroom, and I thought this would be a perfect piece to be in it. It is comprised of 3 different transfers, and I'll show those in just a minute, which transfers were used, and a variety of chalk paste colors. And it just came together beautifully. I really loved it. I'll cap this with a burlap bow, and that does come with this chalkboard. This is an 18-inch chalkboard, or an 18-inch round magnetic chalkboard, also that you can get at Chalk Couture. But you know, the great thing about Chalk Couture paste is that you can use them on a variety of different surfaces. Chalkboards that you get at Walmart, you can use them on wood. Just it's up to your imagination. But I just chose to do it on this board because I thought it looked really pretty. So here we go. Let's take a look at how this all came together. Okay, as I mentioned, the base of this project is an 18-inch round magnetic board, and this one from Chalk Couture came with the burlap bow. That burlap can be used as an accent to the board or as a hanger. The 3 transfers that I used are Rustic, Wreath, Grow Old With Me, and Mini Florals. For the base wreath, I used 3 paste colors, bark, mocha, and sand. The wreath itself is a single piece, and I just gave it a layered look by turning the transfer slightly and moving it with each layer. Of course, I had to wash the transfer in between each layer, letting the board and the transfer dry in between applying the colors. I then started adding in leaves using the color Evergreen and smaller branches using the color Sand. The smaller transfers were part of the Rustic Wreath transfer, and you'll find that many Chalk Couture transfers have multiple pieces, and you simply cut apart the pieces to use them. I then added in my first flower using the color School Bus. This transfer was also from the set called Mini Florals. Next was a layering flower. I again used transfers from the Mini Floral set. The base color of the larger flower was coral, and I added a layer using a different transfer from Mini Florals with white. I also started adding accent flowers using the color Aquamarine. I love how aquamarine color works with the coral shades. Here you can now see all the flowers and accents. The larger top flower was made by blending 2 colors, coral and dreamsicle, on a single Mini Floral transfer. I also added more small flowers using all the colors I've mentioned. I like this part of the project best. I was just adding flowers freeform as I went, and it's always hard for me to decide when enough is enough. And I do remember stopping at this point one evening and coming back the next evening. And by taking a step away, I was able to realize that it was a really good place to stop, and adding more would have been too busy for my tastes. Adding the sentiment using aquamarine color paste was my next to the last step. I had considered starting with the sentiment before doing the flowers, but this way worked just fine for me. You may choose to add more inner flowers and branches, which you might want to layer over the sentiment. That would work. The last thing I did was add some finer accents using a paintbrush with the chalk paste. I added in some dots on the flowers to accent colors, and I painted inside some outline flowers. I also did some repairs to a flower that needed a little TLC fixing. And here it is, the final project. I found that the color scheme really suited the room that I wanted it for, but of course you can choose whatever color you want for your flowers to match your tastes and decor. So there you have it. A beautiful piece. I had a lot of fun doing it. Because of all the layers, I was running back and forth to the kitchen because one of the transfers is a little bit larger, and was joking the whole way through the living room back and forth. You know, every craft room needs a sink. Why don't I have a sink in my craft room? But anyways, if that was the hardest part about this project, then it wasn't so bad. But here it is again. Again, I truly love how this came together. This was one of the more detailed ones I did, although I guess the truck one was pretty detailed, but didn't feel as many layers. This one had a lot of on top layers, so it took a little bit longer, but gosh, in the end I loved it. And I hope you like it too. And I'd love for you to try Couture products. I will have links posted in the description on how to find all the great things that were used in this video. I hope you liked it. And if you like this video, I would love a like and a follow. Tell your friends about Lori Be Crafty because I really like what we're doing here. And I think it's for people just like me who have a little bit of time here and there. I would love to be a full-time crafter, but we have lives, so we can't. So I will say a good cheers to you. Get your coffee, make something yummy. Oh! It's a sign. Sign up now. Check out my links. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.